My name is Vanessa Mora. I'm the Director of Research for the Visual Snow Initiative. We have a very special VSS warrior joining me here today to tell us more about her experience with VSS.
So where it first started is I ended up fainting in the shower, and then after that I started seeing static everywhere, like just dots, kind of like a TV screen, which was worse in the nighttime, like it would just become more prominent. And then I also developed this sort of thing where I would look at an object and then the background of the object would be colored and kind of like float along with my vision. Like if I would look somewhere, the background of the object would show up. So that was one thing that happened. And then I would also see a lot of floaters and I would get a lot of migraines. It would be hard to pay attention in class or just to study, just because there was so much information going on and like so much to process. I would read a sentence and I would look to the side and the sentence would just like keep following my vision, the background of the sentence, if that makes sense. So yeah, I had all these symptoms and I was really scared. I didn't know what was going on at all. And I booked an eye appointment and I went to a few doctors, like around 3, and all of them told me that my eyes are completely healthy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my eyes. And it was just very confusing for me. But eventually I ended up going to the children's hospital and they did a brain scan for me and an EEG, and they just like measured my brain waves and just took a look around there. And then they found that I actually end up using the back part of my brain more, the occipital lobe, which is very interesting, and it kind of like connects to the eyes, so it does make sense. And they told me that I do have visual snow, and I had done my research beforehand, so I kind of knew I had it. I just kind of like diagnosed myself, which you shouldn't do. But it was just very reassuring to hear someone else tell me the thing I thought that I had. And she told me that, yeah, like just 2% of the population has it and no one really knows why. And she explained to me like sometimes one person just wakes up and then they just have visual snow. Or like one person apparently jumped in a swimming pool, and then after that, they just developed visual snow, which is like completely like crazy. No one really knows why it occurs. And that's why I'm like happy to share my information with you all. And it's like not necessarily a bad thing. It just depends on how you look at it. And there's just so many things that science has yet to discover. And it's just so important to look at it from all different types of aspects, or like combine it with science and things like that. And another thing in my research that I kind of learned about is like, apparently it's said to be, it could be, no one really knows for sure, a form of synesthesia where like people associate like a word with like a color or like a taste or a smell. So it kind of makes sense. And like if you connect this all together, it just like it creates like this big picture where you should consider like everything, the unexplored things that connect to it, like synesthesia and like people's personal experiences, and how like there's just such a range of people and everyone experiences it differently.